Beyond the baseline, how Coco Gauff is redefining what it means to be a champion. There are champions who win matches, trophies, and applause. And then there are champions who win hearts, shift cultures, and redefine what greatness looks like. Coco Gauff belongs to the second category, the rare class of athletes whose influence radiates far beyond the baseline. Her story isn't just about victory. It's about evolution. It's about carrying responsibility with grace, using talent as a tool for change, and understanding that a champion's true power lies not just in lifting trophies, but in lifting people. Coco Gauff has become more than a tennis player. She has become a symbol, a force, a new definition of what it means to lead, a quiet beginning to a powerful journey. From a young age, Coco showed sparks of brilliance. But what made her special wasn't just her athletic ability. It was her awareness. Even as a child, she understood the deeper layers of competition. The pressure, the expectations, the weight of comparisons. She grew up studying Serena Williams not just for her game, but for her presence, her voice, her courage. And yet, Coco never tried to become Serena. She tried to become the best version of herself. Something far more challenging and far more meaningful. Her rise wasn't instant. Her journey wasn't smooth. She battled self-doubt. She faced criticism. She felt the world's expectations make her shoulders heavy. But Coco learned something essential early on. Champions are not defined by the moments they shine, but by the moments they refuse to break. More than a prodigy, the woman she became. As she grew older, Coco grew inward too. She did not allow fame to distort her values. She didn't let pressure hollow her purpose. She spent time learning discipline, studying emotional balance, and investing in mental resilience. She discovered that tennis was her passion, but it wasn't her entire identity. And this, more than anything else, set her apart. While others chased rankings, Coco chased growth. While others sought validation, Coco sought truth. While others prepared for matches, Coco prepared for life. She learned to navigate interviews with honesty. She learned to speak publicly with conviction. She learned to connect with fans, young, old, and everywhere in between. She became the rare athlete whose authenticity was louder than her fame. On court, where her power first shows. To watch Coco play is to witness electricity in motion. Her movement is poetry. Fast, grounded, graceful, explosive. Her backhand is a weapon. Her serve has evolved into a force. Her defense is relentless. Her mind is a fortress. But her greatest skill is her adaptability. She reads opponents, senses momentum swings, and adjusts with maturity far beyond her age. But Coco's game is more than technique. It's expression, it's emotion, it's intelligence, it's heart. She plays with fire that burns but never blinds her. She celebrates with joy but never arrogance. She competes fiercely but never loses sight of respect. For the sport, for her opponents, for herself. When she wins, she smiles with gratitude. When she loses, she speaks with clarity. When she struggles, she shows her humanity. That combination, vulnerability and strength, is what makes Coco magnetic. Beyond the baseline, where champions are truly made. The title of champion has always been associated with medals, numbers, and moments. But Coco is redefining that definition. She uses a platform not to boast, but to uplift. One, she speaks up even when her voice shakes. Coco has never been afraid to address social issues, from equality to mental health to youth empowerment. She understands that silence can be heavy, and she chooses not to carry that weight. Two, she listens to her generation. She is young, but she leads with empathy. She hears the concerns of her peers, amplifies their voices, and crafts her own message with care. Three, she uplifts girls who look like her. She stands as a beacon of possibility, a reminder that greatness has no boundaries, no blueprint, no requirement beyond passion and persistence. 4, she keeps her humility intact. Despite fame, endorsements, and global attention, she remains grounded. She thanks ball kids. She signs her fans. She encourages junior players. She embraces her responsibility not as a burden, but as a privilege. 5, she balances ambition with authenticity. She doesn't pretend. She doesn't hide. She doesn't perform for popularity. She lives in her truth, imperfect, growing, brave. This is what sets her apart. Gauff is not a champion because she wins. She wins because she has the heart of a champion. The turning point, when the world saw her differently. There was a moment, subtle yet powerful, when everything changed for Coco. Not a match, not a title, not a trophy, but a realization. She was doing a post-match interview after a tight victory. The reporter mentioned how millions were watching, how kids worldwide were following her journey, how she had become an inspiration. Coco paused, looked down, and exhaled slowly. She wasn't overwhelmed. She wasn't scared. She simply understood the truth. This wasn't about her anymore. This was bigger. In that moment, a shift happened. Coco embraced her role, not just as an athlete, but as a leader. From then on, she carried herself differently, more confident, more deliberate, more expressive, more responsible. She began moving with the awareness that everything she did, every choice, every gesture, every word, had the power to touch lives. That is when Coco Gauff truly became a champion. The season that elevated everything. This year was a culmination of years of growth, a season where Coco merged talent, discipline, and purpose into something extraordinary. The future, written in her hands, guided by her heart. Coco Gauff's career is far from over. She stands at the beginning of a journey many athletes only dream of. But if this season has proven anything, it is that her greatness will not be limited to statistics or milestones. She will collect trophies, many. She will break records, undoubtedly. She will inspire generations. She already has. But more importantly, she will continue to redefine what tennis greatness looks like, not as someone who dominates the court alone, but as someone who uplifts the world around her. Not as someone who holds the spotlight tightly, but as someone who shares it. Coco's greatness isn't confined to the baseline. It lives in a space where sport meets humanity, where confidence meets compassion, where ambition meets authenticity. A champion for her time and beyond. As the world watches Coco Gauff step into her prime, one truth is undeniable. She is not just shaping her career. She is shaping the landscape of modern sport. She is rewriting the rules of leadership. She is reimagining the role of athlete. She is expanding the definition of champion. And she is doing it fearlessly, gracefully, powerfully, with a voice that resonates far beyond stadiums and a heart that reaches far beyond rankings. Coco Gauff is not just winning. She is redefining what it means to win. She is not just breaking limits. She is expanding the horizon. She is not just a champion. She is the new blueprint for champions. Beyond the baseline, beyond the trophies, beyond the pressure, Coco Gauff is becoming something far greater. A leader, a symbol, a generational force, and a champion in every sense of the word. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.